Welcome back, guys. We've just entered the Darkroot Basin. This is going to be the secondary segment of the area that we're going to be tackling in this episode. We got a blue titanite chunk. That's good for magic weapons. If you guys need some magic weapon upgrades, these guys can be farmed to grab blue titanite chunks relatively early, which is a plus side for me. They can be cheesed by these magical attacks from the Hydra. These are water beacons. They do not do physical damage, they do magical damage. So if you want to use something like the crest shield to block these projectiles in your playthrough, if it's easier for you just to block them, not to roll through them, then that's the best way to do it. Just find something that has high magical resistance. Right now we're slowly creeping towards the Hydra with our scythe. These guys are relatively prone to the fire attacks, so we're dishing out on them. So now we've still got a lot of this game to cover, but we're almost halfway through it, and we're still like absolutely decimating all these enemies. It's giving us a real high leverage of the battlefield when it comes to playing Dark Souls. As it's shown, if you show anybody what I'm doing right now, it's obvious that I'm not struggling with the gameplay. If you're following along, I don't think you'll be struggling as well. Got the wolf ring on. So we're going to bait the Hydra into attacking us so we can use our high sweep of the scythe to take him out. He's going to keep pushing his projectile out. And we got a free dusk from her prison. Golden. I got my shield out here because it's very unpredictable where they could land. And I wouldn't want to have to risk dying here just pretending that I know what I'm doing, when obviously it's always safe just to keep your shield out. And right there, took out my stamina bar instead of my health bar. Happy, but I forgot the two-hand to get back to two-handing. It's another thing in this game. If you're playing along and you haven't played Dark Souls, you're not familiar with it, in order for the scythe to be properly wielded without leveling strength, you need to be two-handing it. So that's something to be doing. Need to get a good grasp, swapping over from the shield to two-handing again. They're letting themselves be open pretty easily here. I don't see how this is in any way, shape or form hard or difficult. We're taking out a head in one swipe. We're where we want to be in this for the section of the area of the game. Run up, attack, and hit the head off. You got to be careful. There's a ledge there that heads into the abyss. You don't want to walk too far off the ledge, otherwise you might die. We get a dragon scale and dust crown ring. The ring's good for if you want to I almost fell off the ledge there. The ring's good if you want to lower your health along with the curse for RTSR range, but that would be a situation where you got to go through a boss fight without getting hit, and that's not something that's not out of the scope of this playthrough. So I'm judging whether or not the Knight Gauntlets I just picked up are worth carrying over as opposed to the hard leather. And they do look alright. You've got the metal one on one side, the leather on the other, but we're going to stick to the tethered. Alright. It's a very peaceful area again in the lake. The Darkroot Basin lake. And what we're going to do right now, we're going to free Dusk from the golden golem that's kept her. This is a part of the DLC. I'm pretty sure the remaster has the DLC equipped onto it. If you don't see the golden golem here, to spawn him, just save quit. We're just gonna save quit, spawn him in. As you can see, the top crystal of the head, the dusk is caught in that, trapped in that, the top part of his head there. High part of the crystal, and she falls out of it. We're going to talk to her, and we're going to get her to pop back to where we can summon her spectral form back in the latter part of the Darkroot Basin. This episode, I'm hoping to tackle New Londo, finish off New Londo Ruins, get that checked off, and kill the 4 kings. But a prerequisite of killing the 4 kings, you do need the traversal ring. the ring of it allows you to traverse the abyss that you get from Sif. So that's what the agenda is right now. We're in this Darkroot Basin just so we can finish off Sif. We've already, last episode we finished off one part of the Darkroot Garden. Now this is the lower part of the Darkroot Garden that we're going to finish that part off. We're going to learn a proper bow from the maiden. Perfect. She sells Ulasil sorceries, which if you're wanting to get like full control or hidden body or whatever, that's the way to go. I'm trying to think, how do we get the corpse to summon? All we need to do is summon her here, and the corpse appears on the other side. And just for safe measure in your game, if it doesn't appear, just save quit. It should appear. We get the antiquated set here, and also the Crown of Dusk, which boosts our sorceries, so we can use it with pyromancies or whatever. You can use it with faith, any type of magic, but it gives us weakness to magic itself, 50%. So that's something you got to keep in mind, and keep in mind when you're going against whatever enemies that you suppose that has magical damage. You wouldn't want to be wearing it, or you could just deal with the damage, whatever floats your boat. So we got the antiquated set, relatively ugly set in my opinion. The only good part of this set is the actual crown itself, which can be mixed with other types of armor sets in the game to have a good sense of fashion sensibility. But right now we're going to be heading up the waterfall. We're clearing out the Darkroot Basin. We've already done the lower part. We've killed Havel, we've killed the Hydra. Now we're going to head up to get the band of merry thieves. So this ladder can go on for an eternity if you don't pay attention to it. We're still climbing up the ladder, heading up slowly but surely all the way up to the top. And over here we got to cross the bridge. So there's a covenant here which is centric around PvP. It's the most universal type PvP covenant that people usually go to, where they can invade in this large array landscape of the forest. And we can't do that now that the servers are down. Got ourselves a soul there. It's perfect. We're gonna head up the ladder. So you can't really use this covenant to its full potential since Elden Ring's inception. So all the previous games actually got neutered in a sense. So which way? We got two ways. We can go across that stone bridge, or we can head up this path. I've chosen this path right now, and this one doesn't lead us to the three spike cats that do the rolling attacks. This leads us back through where the NPCs are, the further part across, like furthest away from Sif. This is the path that's furthest away from Sif. Oh, I just got sneakily grabbed by a freaking tree man. So we're gonna take these enemies out slowly, just enjoying the landscape of Dark Souls. Instead of rushing to the boss, we're gonna actually enjoy our gameplay and take out all the enemies we can. Learn different movesets from the enemies. It's the way to go. And I remember there's mushroom people somewhere close. I think that's closer down towards the Sif arena, where you get the chest that gives us the enchanted ember that we can give to the merchant, the sorcerer merchant inside New Londo Ruins. That's could be useful later. Oh, the Easterner set is on that corpse there. Just take a mental note if you're looking to get that armor set. And these guys, they do drop some relatively useful stuff, but we can always buy an infinite supply of that from the undead female merchant, so it's not really a high priority item to run over to them to grab unless you want to collect it. You don't have to worry about getting those shinies as of now. It's a purple moss clump. What I will be wanting to do is just clearing out this whole forest. There's not much this place can give us. In my head I'm thinking, what what loot does this place entail for us? And it doesn't really entail too much loot, unless you want to count the Stone Guardian armor set, which is useful, which I'm thinking, I thought this was up here, but then I get tagged by these NPCs. We're not in the Covenant yet, so right now it's a good idea not to venture through this part of the Shady Woods. I would highly recommend, instead of taking this detour, I'd go and join the Covenant first, and then you can come down here. See, I'll get lost, I'm not sure where I am, or how I got here, but then I noticed this area, and this is where we first branched up. I got lost. I didn't even realize that that's connected to that. I didn't realize how far we actually ventured through, and I thought, if that's there, then what's down this area? I don't remember coming this area, but it's just a dead end. We've already been here. This is just nothing here new. I guess it's just the overarching landscape for the actual PvP Covenant. So it gives a wide arena for people to hide and go seek in. That's why I'm trying to explore this whole area. It's very tree-like. It's very calming, soothing, this area. So we're heading off back towards the actual archway of the bridge where the Covenant cat is. See, these guys don't really hit that hard. Like on your first playthrough, maybe if you're not leveled up as much, you might encounter trouble with these people. But we're actually pushing through pretty well. I save quit just to get the aggro off them while I'm here, while I'm trying to talk to this cat. We want to join their Covenant, just so we can get Shiva of the East to talk to us as well, and Shiva of the East can be moved down to Blighttown as a merchant after this, which we can buy some interesting stuff where we don't want to farm it from. We can just buy some cool stuff from him. We got the fog ring, which allows us to be invisible, a little bit semi-hollow, transparent wise, which is a good thing to have on us if we ever the occasion fancies it. We're going to leave these people alone. We're not going to attack. Unless we really need to kill them or we're bored, we don't need to kill these guys. They can stay alive for the rest of the... Or if you leave the Covenant, that's when you can... If they're annoying you, you can kill them. We're just going to exhaust his dialogue, and we're heading out. Just having a check out on the NPCs. Yo, you can't harm me. You can't harm me. You can't harm me. The cleric lady. It's checking the character model, and it's pretty basic. Semi-normal. And making sure there's nothing we missed. There's nothing we missed around here. So we're going to head back through the bridge where the Covenant is. Back down. And over here we can find ourselves our first major part of loot for this area, which is the Stone Guardians set. High poise with this set. Very useful. Very, very useful if you're taking on the Four Kings or any other boss battle that you just want to face tank. You can face tank your heals through their attacks. You can face tank anything. You can just keep attacking them and then heal, then attack, then heal. There's so many easy opportunities in the original Dark Souls that it allows for so much unique playstyle. And it's not hard as well. I reckon this is much easier than most Dark Souls games. The way that they give us the poised capability just makes life so much easier. I'm sacrilegiously taking out these little mushroom men just for the sake of clearing the area. We don't have to take them out. They give nice whistles and calls. Their their voice dialogue is that of a bird. But we're taking these guys out. And the big guys do 2 swings of their fists. I'm not sure if they follow up with a 3rd swing. But you just wait for them to swing and that's when you can take them out. Because they do hit hard. Not sure why they're so powerful. Why they intended for these guys to be so powerful. They're one of the most powerful enemies in the game. With their swings, their punches. And it's an unarmed attack. So it shows the potency of these guys' strength. So this chest here harbors ourselves the Enchanted Ember. What this does, it gives your weapons much more better scaling with intelligence, but at the cost of lowering dexterity scalings as opposed to normal magic upgrade. So if you're pure mage build, that's the way you want to go, is the enchantment. But if you're like looking to get magic damage and you're not relatively invested in intelligence, magic is the way to go. Just normal magic. Same as chaos. If you got 10 humanities, or if you got lots of humanities on you at all times, chaos is the way to go. Chaos is the way to go. If you, especially with Quilag's sword, chaos is the way to go. If you got that's a chaos weapon. Chaos blade as well. They're just all scale off humanity. How much humanity you have in the meter. Whereas flame is just, if you got nothing, it's still going to give you the same raw damage all around. It doesn't fluctuate. So we're coming around this corner here. We're going to lure out these spinning cats. These Cheshire cats from Alice in Wonderland with spikes all over their body. Until the thorns and thistles. Am I going to take this guy out? Yeah, that was an easy kill. There's going to be a couple more later on. We've got to lure each one out just to get them in the namesake of clearing this arena out. We're going to take these enemies out. So, there, we're in the safety of these trees. We're in the safety of these trees. He went for a lunging attack. I'm going to top up our health just for safety purposes. And is it the thing with the tail, whatever direction the tail, if it's directed at you, that's probably Veracitus from Borderlands 2. And the kiting range is very far out. They'll run away and then run back to you, run away, then run back to you. Get him to do his rolling attack so we can pick him off. But you see, I've gotten into a precarious situation where they're not giving me enough openings to be safe enough to swing at them for, and I'm just chipping away at their health slowly. But the running attack for the fire, we got him a staggering on the fire damage. The fire damage itself made him stagger, which wouldn't give us that opportunity with just a normal weapon or whatever, or a magic weapon or lightning weapon. The fire damage, it has an extra auxiliary power to different types of bestial enemies or different types of furry enemies or fleshy or bark enemies. Whatever you think would be weak to fire, they take lots of penalties from the fire staggering, fire multipliers. So in your first playthrough, I wouldn't want to go with anything but fire. You may want to branch out, but the best safe bet way to go is to get yourself a fire enchantment and boost your core stats up, and then get back to your quality build or whatever you want to scale with later on when you have enough bank to do so. But when you just start out, you know you don't have that much bank, and you feel hopeless when you're fighting the enemies, and you hit like a wet noodle. This will ensure you this will carry you through the beginning part where you don't have to worry about having a headache. You see that stone bridge back there? That's where we just came up from, where we defeated the Hydra. So this is where it would have taken us straight into the depths of the beast, straight into the belly of the beast, in this little playground area where the cats roam around. So that's, if you could either go around, join the Covenant, and get a head up on them, or you could go through that way and face them head on, which I think we took the correct route. There's a little mushroom that I forgot. I might have missed him. Get the little mushroom out of here. Go away, little fella. There we go. Little guy's gone. Man, I feel like a dickhead killing those mushrooms. Superbly, very rotten and raw. But just for the purpose of clearing areas out, I had to do it. Because I just felt like 100%ing this area. Now, the only other place that we can go, we've gotten the basic essential loot. If we were to open the Crest of Artorias door, it would have brought us straight here. Whereas we went around, killed the Hydra, we didn't have to waste 20,000. We don't need it. So, we got our stone armor, we got the enchanted ember. That's pretty much all this place can give us in the Covenant and Shiva. It's all the loot gone. I mean, essential loot. Now we can head on to the boss of the area. The boss of the Darkroot Basin. And the Darkroot Garden. It's gonna be my boy. My woof woof. My Sif. Now if you ever get like a husky dog or something like that, you should name him Sif. There's like, I know Sif is meant to be a girl, but I want it to be a boy. Especially the attacks with the sword in his mouth is so cute. I think I taught my dog how to use a stick as a weapon because I made him watch Sif for like hours, and he's developed the when he picks up a stick, he tries hitting people with it, just like Sif does in this, which is pretty cool. I like how dogs actually have a brain and they understand the world around them. Just more than an infant, more than a human infant. So it goes to show like animals aren't, you know, like livestock that we can, you know, they're their own thing. They're their own being. Just like if we saw an alien life form, like we wouldn't want to, you know, tag it up or put it in a beaker just to study or whatever. You know, it's its own thing. You know, it has its own. Just because it's foreign to you doesn't mean it's any less or more living lifestyle than you actually have. It's the same as you. It's just different parameters is all. So if we come around the boss room, we can get ourselves the Hornet Ring. This is actually a really underrated ring for this game. We want to pick it up if we're going to do a lot of parries and that. Just to get ourselves an edge on the damage tick for the actual what do we have if we get a boss in a riposte state, or any type of, like, if we're trying to farm Titanite slabs for, as you can see here, the last bonfire was the Undead Parish. So we're gonna travel on through to the Undead Parish. It's the last place I was at, and which saves us a lot of time. We just did that. But the Hornet Ring, if we're farming the Titanite slab from like a Dark Wraith or something, we just riposte and then get a good critical damage with whatever has the best critical damage in this game. It's going to make our life easier if we get the one-hit kills. Or you can run up to them and get one-hit kills if you got like a really high damage weapon. You're at a good point in the game and a good NG. We've got ourselves carrying the Crest Shield because we know where we're going to go right now. We've got an idea where we're at. We've killed Sif. We've got ourselves a Covenant of Artorias. And we're pretty much strapped up right now. We're strapped, ready to go down. Passing through the Undead Parish that we've actually completed. Which place is 100% in a quick, timely fashion manner. So we're getting down the Undead Parish elevator. The rings that I want to wear, I want to get. Right now I'm wearing the Hornet Ring. I think that would be more situational. We wouldn't need to passively have that on us. I think we should chuck on the Havel Ring and the Chloranthe Ring. Because in this game, there's no +1 or 2 rings. That's Dark Souls 2 territory, which we might be tackling if I have the means of patience and the means of capability and the means of mental fortitude to actually have that, to churn out videos on the YouTube machine. I really, time is a bitch. Like, you put the sands of time going, you watch the sun go across the sky, how many times that happens and how much time has been wasted and how much time do you have left on this earth. It's just, it does my head in how old I am and how much I've wasted in terms of my time on this earth. I could have been doing so much more potentially, but I've just been lazy and wasting a lot of time laying down and watching YouTube and just watching time pass. It's just a depressing thought. I really need time to slow down a bit so I can fucking finish a full series of Dark Souls. I'm just testing out the Dust Crown here. We're going to go back to our original build. This build was concocted on the spot. I didn't premeditate this build whatsoever. I just started a character. I didn't think we'd be going this far, but this build was concocted right on the spot. Like, as we were playing along, we pieced this whole set together. This wasn't a premeditated thing. So that's why it is hybridized, and we can change it later on in the future. But as of now, it resonates with me well, and I'm going to stick with it. I think it's a staple mascot for the whole playthrough. I missed the parry detrimentally. So at this point, if you're playing along, you don't want to be screwing around these guys. They can hit hard, especially if you don't have the right armor. So I'm just taking my time at luring him out. And don't mistime the parries as well. Be smart. Like, they were made to counter. Like, their attacks are made to counter all your best attacks. It's unfortunate. Yeah, swing him out. And then the heavy. 2 heavies will do it. They give us a hefty amount of souls, which is relatively useful if you're trying to go for upgrade materials. But right now, the chunks in the slabs, the Titanite, normal Titanite, they are not something we want to focus on for this time. It's out of the scope for this segment of the run. Maybe later, if we get high strength, high dex, we might invest in different types. But for now, we're going through lightning and fire, chaos, magic, and divine. Whatever we can do. And some magic. We'll get some pyromancies, get some lightning spears going. We'll get some soul spears, crystal soul spear. So this chest has a Titanite chunk if you haven't got it already. And like whatever can bolster us through the gameplay. Unless we find like a really good weapon. And uniques as well. Uniques like the Black Knight sword can't be enchanted. So those things with Twinkling Titanite, they're just going to sit on their own. So we're just going to have to rely on base stats for those things. Like the Ghost Blade, we can't enchant that. That just sits, it speaks for itself. So if we do end up leveling up strength and dex, that way those uniques will be our first go-to thing before we start farming for the chunks and slabs from these guys. It's a relatively lengthy farm, but it's well worth. It's very fruitful and well worth the time because the reward factor of seeing a slab pop up is immensely great. By the end of this episode, I would like to have the 4 kings killed, and we can start our next episode by farming 30 humanity, so we can get the dark set. You can skip that if you're playing along. You don't have to do this, but this is I wouldn't want to stay in the Dark Covenant, because 1, there's no PvP as of now, and 2, it doesn't really give you any more rewards or bolster any attack power other than giving you the armor set. So we can max out that and then just abandon that Covenant and go to the next one. The main Covenant we would want to stay in if we're doing Pyromancy would be Daughter of Chaos. So our Great Chaos Fireball will hit very hard. And also another one, we can up our attunement slots as well. If we're going to level our attunement to at least 30 or something, that would be a good investment as well, so we can get more casts for the Great Chaos and more pyromancy potency. But right now we're luring out this blob. These blobs only spawn once. And I put on a transient curse because there are ghosts that come through here. I missed that chest in the corner there, but I'm pretty sure that'd be another chunk. Something useless. And we got a drop, but that was a transient curse. Here's another Dark Wraith waiting for us in the corner. Very surreptitiously. And I almost got my head kicked in. Their attacks, like... Obviously, like, if you're playing through, you would definitely know how to take this out. But right now, I'm just forgetting the flow and ebb and flow, the motion of their attacks. And I'm dodging when I think they're going to attack, but they actually attack quicker than that. So it's just one of those learning curves that we still got to base ourselves around. Should be a summon sign here, but I'm not human, so we can't get Beatrice with us just of yet. I'm not human. If you're human, you know, if you haven't died so far, that's right. We haven't lost our souls, though. This is something I can vouch for. You can relax, and you know you're not going to lose your souls, because we're powerful enough to not be panicked or worried out of our position. That's something I hold strive proud for. So you can play through, keep your humanities on you and your souls on you. Even if you have a relaxing playthrough. Because we're that powerful enough, we can steamroll through and get ourselves. But when we start passing Sand's Fortress, that's when we want to start looking at better artillery. And as of now, I'm up in the air of what we can use past Sand's Fortress. But we'll find out when we get there. First king has spawned. We've got ourselves this crest shield from the Undead Asylum, which is going to help us with that. Didn't really take out too much health. We gotta watch out for the grab attack. I actually get hit by the grab attack more often than not, which I'm very pissed off about. Just gotta dodge. It's a battle of DPS, so we don't want to get too many, but I've found out if a lot of kings spawn, typically they just sit back. They don't really jump in to the fight. They just sit back and watch you fight the single king. Which is, you know, that's good game design, but swing at him away. I don't feel like I'm doing the damage that I want to be doing. I don't know what these guys are weak to as of now. So I'm just still trying to find a good DPS value. And if you do get see that hit me. And I was thinking about save quitting, but then it'll just take the whole fight back to normal, back to original. And that attack doesn't, it's just a time waster. That attack is just a time waster. It's gonna make another king spawn and it's just gonna waste your time. Alright. We are circumnavigating. That was an AoE. But we can hit the corpse as it shrivels up into nothingness. Still get ticks on the boss bar. We're gonna heal up here. Tank that from our shield. That did nothing to our health. That's what we love to see. Inconsequential damage. Let's apologize if it's lagging a bit. My CPU is going over past 100%. Just, that sucks, man. I gotta get myself an i9. I got an i7 at the moment. It's just not doing it. And I bet you if I spend like $600 on an i9, it's gonna give me the same problem. If I upgrade my GPU, it's gonna give me the same problem as well. I wouldn't have a clue how to get a video editing software and a good gaming rig that runs seamlessly together. You have to have split two PCs off. That's just waste of space for me in my room. Alright. See, that I take more damage from falling off stairs than I do hitting that that magical blob with my metal shield. Tried jumping away from that at grab attack. It still caught me like a magnet. I'm mashing L1 and R1 profusely, trying to get an escape from that grab attack, which obviously left us with a slither amount of health, just enough for us to get away. And now we've combined, we've collateral attacked all these people. These 4 kings, another AoE. We don't want to. We just roll back from the AoE. He's gonna do another AoE again. So fancy for that AoE. I think he's just gonna keep doing it. I remember, yeah, sometimes these attacks, they just don't let you go in there. Now we've got 3 kings in the battlefield. But we're gonna finish off the fight with this just one dude. It's gonna give us the buoyancy enough to just got him before. See, and that one last tick took out the boss. That went on longer than I anticipated, to be quite honest. But we still got through. We got our bequeathed Lord Soul Shard, which is something we can dump into the Lord Vessel later on. We're gonna join this Kaith's Covenant right now. Gonna join his covenant, and we got to get ourselves some humanity so we can get the rewards. The rewards from the man serpent. We're gonna enter his covenant, and what that will do, bolster yield our potential. Further on, we got our Dark Hand, which we actually can farm from the Dark Wraiths. We can get the Dark Hand if you need cracked eye orbs. You can get the full orb from this guy later on. But from here we can warp out. You haven't used the Lord Vessel yet. Haven't gone to Londo yet. Yeah, I wanted to get. Yeah, I forgot the grab attacks take your humanity away. That's they eat up whatever humanity you've got. So I had to. So Laurentius is gone. We've actually showed him our Chaos Fireball, and he's gone hollow. At this point in the game, he'll be found in Blighttown. You can see him there. Hey, Laurentius. I come in peace. I come in peace. Don't hurt me. We're gonna head up towards him. He sold us all our elementary pyromancies in the beginning when we freed him from the depths kitchen, upper kitchen area. We're stuck in the barrel, and we've already bought all these spells. We've joined the Daughter of Chaos, and he's got him really pissed off that he's seen us with the Great Chaos Fireball, which is a dope thing that we're gonna aspire to be using later on soon. And he didn't stand a chance, especially with that cracked circle shield that he had. No chance against our attacks. So we're gonna head to the Daughter of Chaos. Talking to Ingi right now. He's our only source of upgrading our Pyromancy Flame now. That also Quilana can upgrade as well, but right now we don't have it. We need a +10 flame in order to spawn Quilana. So make sure you get that +10 flame. That way we can talk to Quilana in the swamp. And yeah, we seek Pyromancy. She's gonna sell us a couple. Say yes. She's gonna sell us some really cool spells. We're gonna buy Great Combustion, because this one is we've been using Combustion. That's been doing us well, but Great Combustion is gonna be much better for like crystal lizards and what have you. Does a lot more damage. We're gonna be looking at different types of spells. Rapport would be good. Great Fire Orb, Great Fireball. They're all good. They're all good stuff. If you have the souls to expend, I'd suggest buying everything. We want to get ourselves Ascended Pyromancy Flame later on. We don't have to trade it for a slab. We can just keep it on us. You can see all our spells so far. Great Chaos Fireball. That's the one. That's going to be scaling with our humanity, and we're going to be upgrading that through the sister, the Daughter of Chaos sister, the Spider Lady. So we need way more souls for an Ascended one. Don't crack and go hollow. Oh no, we won't. Everyone's gone cracked and gone hollow these days. But we've killed the 4 kings, and that gives us access to an armor set. Whether you summon Witch Beatrice or not, go back to New Londo Ruins, and across the Valley of the Drakes towards Blighttown, it's going to be a corpse with Witch Beatrice's set on it. Whether you summon her as human or not for the 4 kings fight, all you have to do is kill the 4 kings, and that gives you access to the armor set. Which is a good armor set that we're going to be using. But until next time, guys, I'm going to end it for here. And next episode, we're going to be tackling on the dark armor and get some humanity. So I'll see you guys and take care. Alright, bye.